right, so I had a couple requests to show a bench. That was a good deal for most people. Um, there's actually several, depending which price point we're talking. So I'm just going to go with one that I like for everybody. I recommend this one or the model directly beneath it to a lot of people that I sell stuff to. So I'm just going to show it to you. This is the Fitness Reality 2000. It has an 850 pound capacity. It weighs about 75 of its own pounds, which is, it's pretty good, right? So, I mean, is it as good as a commercial bench? No. But it's also a quarter of the cost, which I have one that I use every day right here. That's 400 and change, actually probably more. That was before COVID. I have another one over there, which was 700. So you can see there's a substantial price difference. I think you can get this on Amazon right now for somewhere in that 160 to 200 range, maybe a little less with a coupon or something like that, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for that kind of stuff. That's just what you're going to pay. So what's nice about this one is really several things. So there is no gap between the seat and the actual bench itself. That's never been an issue for me, but apparently it's popular enough of the request that they put it right on the ad. I mean, it's in the name, so there's no gap. The seat does slide up and down to allow for some different heights, so that's kind of nice too. I don't think I would ever use that, but you could. So leg rollers here to hold your feet while you're doing decline work. Weirdly, I don't have a problem with decline, especially decline dumbbell press, but when I try and do decline flies, man, I roll right out of that thing. So this is actually a nice touch versus some of the other jerry rigging that I've done so that I can use my regular bench. So it's nice for that. Is the padding or the backing as good as the commercial bench? No. But it's close, and it's a quarter of the cost. So, I mean, what do you expect, right? The assembly time is like 5 minutes. It comes almost entirely assembled. Everything from about my left hand here where these rollers are down is assembled. You take it out of the box. You stick these two legs on it, pop the end in, roll these foam pads, which actually is pretty good covering on it. Over top of that, stick them on there, you're done. That's it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, even if you don't know what you're doing. This is a return item, so why is that important? Well, you're going to be getting these shipped to your house, so you need to be aware of some of the stuff that I've seen when they get shipped. So in general, I have no issues with these. I think I had maybe one or two that had something where I had to replace it, but this one before and the company's actually very responsive at sending you parts, and they're not particularly expensive, so they haven't been an issue. But this is something you'll see. The roller here, which holds the wheel, this is cracked because it's plastic, so it gets dropped on its side or something, or maybe you drop a plate on it. It's not going to hold up very well. The padding here, this does go to 90 degrees, and it does, of course, decline. The padding right here, I don't know if you can even see that really. This is ripped, so you can get another pad from them for about 30 bucks if you actually had bought it and not bought a return item. They'll do it for free. You just have to wait for it and maybe pay shipping. But really, does this affect the bench whatsoever? Now, toss some duct tape on it, move on with life. So, again, goes decline. The entire bench does fold for storage. That's not an issue for me, but if you got even more cramped space than I have here, then yeah, you would like to have a bench you can stick on the wall. Or if you just wanted to keep it for the leg pads, like I said before, you could certainly do that. It would stick up on the wall right there, and it would work quite nicely. So that's all there is for this, other than I do like the color, right? So I went to high school, our colors were black and red. This is black and red, black with red trim. So it fits right in with some 90s nostalgia for me. So that's all I got for the bench. Just to give you an idea on the weight capacity here, figured I'd show you briefly this bench block that I've got also. My bar's a little crooked. That's good enough. So this is 220, 365, so 485. Is it 850 pounds? No. Am I going to demonstrate benching 850 pounds? No. Because I can't bench press 850 pounds. So moving on with life, I'll just do 1 rep here just to show you that it can at least handle that much weight, and then we'll move on with life. And if you have questions on the bench block, maybe I'll do a video on that later. So we'll just do 1. What the hell, 2. Okay, that's it. Held up just fine. No wobbles to speak of. All good. So that's all I have to say about that bench. Let me know what you think.